Hello everybody. In this video, I will show you a thing or two about the media library within NoCode-X. The media library is a really handy tool. It allows you to store and use files of all kinds. You can use and store images. You can do that with doc files. You can do that with text files. You can do that with PDFs and so on and so on. And it's really easy to use and it's really diverse in what you can do with it. So let's dive in. I'll show you the basics. So first of all, what you have to do is you have to locate the media library button on the site navigation. And once you located it, you can click it, and then you can see all the media library files that you have within your application. So as you can see, I have none at the moment, but I can change this really easily by clicking the Create button. And then I am asked to upload a media file or a file to my media library. All I have to do is I have to think of a name for this file, and I have to, of course, upload this file to my library. So I have an image of a flower somewhere here on my PC. Let me just drag and drop that into place. Let's save it. And then this file is being uploaded. As you can see now, the image of the flower is being added to my media library. I am now allowed to use this file within my application. So for example, if I want to show this image on one of the screens I am building, I could easily do so. So let's head over to one of my existing screens. So for example, my first form. Let's find an image element. I can drag and drop this into place. And then I can just click pick an image. And then I can just choose one from my media library. And voila, the image is being shown on my page. Of course, I can style this image any way I want. I can change the way this image fits in the image element as well. So there's plenty of options for you to style it any way you want. And it's not only showing images from your media library on pages. You can also allow users to download stuff from your media library. For example, if I would add a button to my page, and I would, for example, call this download image, then I could attach an action to the on-click trigger of this button. And now I have a new action, which I want to call download image. So I'll change the name of this action. And now I can just find a function called download media. I can drag and drop this into place. I connect it with the start. I change the arguments. My file name will be my underscore downloaded image. And now I have to find the media ID. I'll head back to my flower image. And I see there is an ID right here, and this is actually the media ID. I can hit this button to download, to copy it. And then I can just paste it right here. Now, of course, this is hard-coded. You can always find these IDs dynamically. You can add IDs within data. You store in the data, the built-in database, and so on and so on. It's very feature-rich when thinking of how you can do this dynamically. So when I test this page, I just reload it. And now I have a download button. And when I click it, my image is downloaded. Of course, you can't see it right now, so I'm going to try and switch my screens. Hit download. Download appears right here, my downloaded image. And if I open it up, you'll see the flower. So that's one thing. Another thing is that I can also download an image through the means of an API. So I can also build an API that allows you to download this file straight from an API. So let's try and do that. I create an API. I call it get my image. This is a get method. So I'm fetching data, fetching an image. I'm calling this flower, this API flower, saving this, and I'm adding another action to my API. So I'm creating a new action and I'm editing this action. Just going to call this get my image from an API, for example. Voilà. And now I can just find API responses. And I have one of those functions right here, set an API file response. So I can actually set a file as a response to an API. Of course, I have to find a file first. So I'll just find media, and I have a function right here called get media. So I can get a media file from my media library. And this allows me to get a media file by its media ID. So let's just go ahead and pick that media ID again. And again, this can be made dynamically all you want. I'll just go ahead and copy paste that in here. I'll call it media file. So this is the name in my execution scope. I link up those two blocks. And now I'll select my media file, which I just created, as being the file that I want to set as my API response. If all went well, I can now fetch my image right through an API call. Voila. So that's how easy it is to use images and media files within NoCode-X. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to learn more about NoCode-X, please keep watching those videos. Please follow us on LinkedIn and try out NoCode-X yourself. It's for free. Bye.